That didn't work. Please stand if you're able. I think I found a dead spot in that bell. I'm not sure what happened there, but welcome to Iowa City Noon Rotary. It's good to see all of you today. We will begin our meeting today with America the Beautiful. Take it away, Devin.
I take it away. I'm going to give you one note and then we're all going to sing together. Oh, beautiful.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Oh, hi, Ron. You snuck up on me. Okay, we've got Ron Edinger here to tell us who is visiting and who our guests are. Take it away, Ron.
Good morning, everybody. As far as I can tell, there's no visiting Rotarians signed up. If there is one in the house, would you be kind and stand up and introduce yourself? Seeing no others, I have some visiting guests. And would the people who are sponsoring those guests please come up and introduce them?
LaDonna Wickland. I would like to introduce again Mark Hall, who is with the Alzheimer's Association. And I am really happy to report that he has filed the paperwork to join our club. So let's give him a really big round of applause.
Heather Croskrey, and I am thrilled to once again introduce Jim Jackson, who is joining us again for another round of Rotary.
And I am lucky enough to welcome a couple guests as well. First one is Nate Burkout, who has been here a few times and is very interested in joining the club. Welcome, Nate. Second one is Tyson Worth. Tyson works at Big Brothers Big Sisters, and a lot of you may know him. He gave an impassioned speech a few years ago at 100+ men and won them some good money, and is here today spreading the awareness about Big Brothers Big Sisters. It's an awesome program in the community. Does a lot. I'm a big brother, and I've gotten a lot out of it, and I'm hopeful my little has as well. But Tyson's doing great things in the community, so thanks for coming today. And you'll hear a lot more about Tim Carty later, but he is officially still a guest for the last time today. So.
Thank you all. Welcome, everybody, and the greetings of the season to you all.
Thank you, Ron. Okay. On to announcements. If you've got a Rotary related announcement, come on up. I know John Gross is coming. I'll get started with a few placeholders. Number one, April 22nd. District Conference is going to be here in Coralville, and we need as many of our club members to attend as possible. They've asked me to be the MC, which is a pretty scary endeavor for them. I'm not too nervous about it yet. They say they're going to give me a minute by minute of everything to say. And I know myself in sticking to scripts. So we'll see how that all goes. But April 22nd, we'd love to see a lot of you there. It's going to be a fun time. It's a 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. event, and lots more details will come. I want to thank Steve Schomburg. He took the bull by the horns, grabbed a few of his grandkids, and cleaned up our stretch of sand road last week, 2 weeks ago. Yes, thank you, Steve. Let's see. Kelly Drown is not here, but we're gonna celebrate in her absence. She just got married. So Kelly Drown is now Kelly Kruger. And last thing from me is April, December 29th. It's our meeting in a couple weeks. We're gonna have a lot of fun that day. We would like to invite anybody and everybody to bring their children. We're gonna sing some songs, maybe play some games, but it won't be a traditional Rotary format. We're just gonna kind of let loose, let our hair down and have some fun. So December 29th, bring your kids. If you are planning on bringing kids, let me know. We're gonna have a special menu for them, cheaper menu or a more kid-friendly price point. And Gary, woo! Today or December 29th? Okay, well, let's celebrate that as well. So we've got a lot going on. Be here. Okay, next announcement, LaDonna.
Okay, fellow Rotarians, I have to report that we have, at the beginning of this week, 800 I Can Read Songs books that needed to be delivered to many, many schools. And right now, that number is reduced, thanks to Bernie and who else is delivered? And Joe Hughes. Thank you, Joe. But we still have a lot of books to deliver at different schools. So please help us if you live near one of these schools. The books are in Gary's car, a Navy Jeep with an ISH license plate, and the 3 schools he has are Clear Creek, Alexander, and Garner. Okay, the other books are in my car, and that is a light blue Subaru right out there. Wood, Horn, Kirkwood, Wickham, Shimmick, and Lemmy. Please help us. We really need help. Thank you.
Hi, I'm John Gross. Last week I talked about the Toys for Tots for the Salvation Army, and I'll be collecting your donations this week and next week. And I'm hoping that many of you can find a 20 or whatever. Many of you I know support the Salvation Army through other groups, and for that I thank you. If you're writing a check today, please make it out to the Iowa Children's Museum, and I thank you very much.
And I am Joe Hughes, and we are looking for more bell ringers. We took 2 days that we are having the Iowa City Noon Rotary ring the bell for the Salvation Army next week on Friday and Saturday. Friday is at the Fairway on Mormon Trek. Saturday is, where is it? North Dodge Hy-Vee. So I've got a sheet out here if you want to sign up, or if you want me to bring it to you, I will do that. And we're also been emailing out the link. So on some of those Rotary emails, you can just click on that and sign up. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe, for leading that every year, and John as well. You guys are masters of the Salvation Army Christmas time fundraising, so thank you. We have the benefit of having 2 new Rotarians joining us today. And so I'm gonna invite up Kim Bergen Jackson and Tim Cardy, and their sponsors, and Parker, and I am Tim's sponsor, so I'll just stay right here. Stand over here, please. What's that? Yes. We will, Ann and I will each kind of introduce our given person here. I'll start with Tim, just so you guys get to know him a little bit better, and then we'll officially welcome him into the club. Tim began his career in sales and marketing before discovering a passion for community advocacy and economic development. He served as the director of member services for the chamber, local chamber here, business partnership as it's now known, and then went to talent attraction for ICR Iowa. He's developed an innovative talent attraction strategy that drew national attention, and developed and ran the Wingman program, which is a cool way for new people in town to connect with others, and duplicated that successfully around the country. In 2020, he co-founded Roll Call, a talent attraction agency that helps states, EDOs, and EDOs. What's an EDO? Economic Development Organization, align their marketing campaigns and their tangible talent attraction goals with a focus on creating paths to yes for new residents. Again, making new people feel welcome in a community so they'll stay there, they'll contribute to the economy. And they stole me away for a conference a few months ago. Barb had to step in and lead the meeting, but they were the kind of the it thing at this conference. People were coming up to them left and right to really hear about some of their processes. Tim lives on the east side of Iowa City with his wife, Tricia, his son, Quinn, his beautiful daughter, Sloan. He loves the Hawkeyes. For some reason, the Yankees. I mean, he likes campfires and he comes over to my house for a campfire every now and then. He hates camping. So he likes pizza, reading, and he's extremely excited to be joining the best gosh darn Rotary Club in the world. So welcome, Tim. We're also joined by Tim's business partner, Winona, who is on Zoom. She lives in Nashville, so she couldn't quite make the commute today, but thanks for joining, Winona, and welcome to Rotary as well. Ann, do you want to come up and do the next one?
Okay, I know there are other Yankee fans out there as well, so Tim, you're in good company. Just come a few blocks down the street and we'll kick off the season. Yeah, Tim and I are neighbors, so thank you. I don't have to stretch quite as far. Somebody told me yesterday, I met them in person for the first time and she said, "Oh, I thought you were a lot taller." When I was president, I had a little pedestal that I stood on because our thing was so small. Anyway, I am really excited to introduce you to Dr. Kim Bergen Jackson. I'm very excited to have her join the Iowa City Noon Rotary Club. This has been in the making since about April. So it's about time, darn it. Kim has over 35 years of experience in gerontological nursing and is the administrator at Oaknall here in Iowa City, where she has played a key role for the past 20 years. Kim's career in healthcare has evolved over the years, beginning as a dietary aide, CNA, and LPN. She has since earned advanced degrees and has a PhD in Doctor of Philosophy in Nursing, aging focused from the University of Iowa. So she is a wealth of knowledge and knows so much about nursing and gerontology. And if you have any questions, as I'm slowly moving towards those upper years, she is a great confidant in answering questions. She is incredibly passionate about her work, and from my experience in getting to know her, she wants to see others grow and learn and succeed and take their passions to that next level. Kim has mentored numerous students and fellow colleagues over the years, and she's got a long rap sheet of things that she's done. I won't go into all of them because I'm going to let her share some of those things when she rides the goat in a few weeks. Along with her key role at Oaknall, she is also an adjunct assistant professor in the School of Social Work, and that's specifically in aging and longevity studies program. And I would say she's an expert at that because the residents at Oaknall live very long and healthy, vibrant lives. We've got data on that. I'm on the board of Oaknall, and the data that we have, it's tremendous. They do such a fabulous job, and Kim is a huge part of that as well. She's involved in various nursing research projects at the state and national level and has spoken extensively on multiple topics. So if you ever need a speaker, Kim is your person. Devin and program, hint, might be an opportunity there. Kim is the current board chair of Leading Age Iowa and is a member of the American Nurses Association, the Iowa Nurses Association, and Leading Age. She is a fellow of the Geriatric Nursing Leadership Academy through Sigma Theta Tau, a fellow of the Larry Minnick's Leading Age National Leadership Academy, a John Hartford Foundation Scholar, and an invited member of the newly formed Moving Forward National Nursing Home Coalition. So again, she is an expert in all areas of gerontology. Kim has an impressive list of awards and honors, as I just sort of mentioned. Her clinical practice and administrative experience over the years has provided a great foundation for her to accomplish so much. And she has a string of research and teaching experiences and has had several articles published in prominent journals. Again, if you're ever in need of a health-related presentation, Kim is your go-to. So, but how does this equate to Rotary? I can assure you that Kim will jump in with both feet, as Rotary International's mission statement notes that Rotary provides service to others, promotes integrity, and advances world understanding, goodwill, and peace through our fellowship of business, professional, and community leaders. And our vision statement, just as a quick reminder to all of us, together we see the world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. You know, Kim is already making the world a better place, evidenced by her work that she has accomplished to date. And as a Rotarian, she will continue to provide support to others. Her wheels are turning. I can see them already. And I hope you will welcome her not only as a fellow Rotarian, but as a friend with a passion for all of us. And I see maybe a trip to Huehuetenango and or Hicotepec in her future, taking her nursing skills along. So welcome, Tim, and welcome, Tim.
I was over here frantically searching for an email from Barb Thomas that gave a lot of those details that Ann just gave us about Rotary, but I will just add, you are welcome in joining 1.1 million other Rotarians around the world. We've got 4 clubs here in town. You're welcome to visit any and all of them as frequently as you like. Tim, I know you travel a lot, so you can actually use Rotary around the country and drop in on meetings and meet lots of friendly folks just like you've got here. So Rotary is non-denominational, non-political. We're just good people. So welcome to the club. It's great to have you all. I'm going to have Caleb take a picture of the 4 of us for our Facebook page. I'll go over there, Caleb, so don't take it yet. And then after the meeting, if you guys have time, please congregate towards the back and allow our membership to meet you on their way out and maybe even learn more about you. So welcome, picture time. Welcome. They will both be great Rotarians, and we're all lucky to have them along our sides. Okay, it is time for today's program. And I know you've heard a lot from me already, but I get the honor of introducing Karyl Bohnsack. Karyl and I have really known each other since I moved to town. Her organization, the Home Builders Association, is well respected in the community. If you're in the building and trades industry, even the website design industry, I know Easton Design is a member. It's just a great collective of business owners and other people that Karyl helps organize every year. And we are lucky enough for her to be joining us today to talk about workforce, something that's on everybody's mind. So without further ado, welcome, Karyl.
So good afternoon. I'm Karyl Bohnsack. I'm the Executive Officer of the Greater Iowa City Area Home Builders Association. I know a lot of you know me. We're very active in the communities. Most of you know us for the Parade of Homes and the Home Show. Some of you know way more about the Parade of Homes than others, as well as the Home Show. It's very, there's homes throughout the Iowa City area, and you are invited in to tour them. And so we also do community outreach, and we hire volunteer groups. John Gross is very familiar with hiring the volunteers. We pay them to, there he is, to take the tickets and work the houses during the parade. But today I'm going to talk about workforce development. You want me to? I'm not going to sing. You don't want me to. So we have a separate 501c3 organization. It's called the Vocational Training Council. And they have a separate board of directors, and we do a number of things with local high school, elementary, Kirkwood Community College. Eric, he's like, the check to mention my name is under your plate. And I said, don't worry, there's lots of logos for Kirkwood on there. So back in 2010 and prior, the Iowa City Area School District, Iowa City Community School District, the Iowa City Area Home Builders Association, and the Iowa City Area Association of Realtors used to partner together, and there was a student-built house program. It was a curriculum within the school district. The kids took a half day and they built a home, and then it was sold, and the funds from the sale of that house went to fund the next school. Well, back in May of 2010, the last house was closed, and there weren't any more homes built through the student built house program at the schools. There wasn't a shop class or the traditional shop class. All of that was turned over to the outreach centers at Kirkwood. It was a wonderful collaboration, but the downside was the kids had to have their own vehicle to get to Kirkwood. They had to take 2 or 3 class periods to get over to take that 1 period class. And so if they were short on credits, they just couldn't afford to go do that program at Kirkwood. And so from 2010 to 2015, there was not anything going on in the schools, the public schools. And the number one reason for our current labor shortage is lack of public education and exposure to the skilled trades. Right after COVID, there's currently 388,345 jobs posted for the skilled trades. So Tim can probably give you even more numbers than that. Can give you a lot of information. And so when I became the executive officer in May of 2015, our goal was to do something about workforce development. Our first project, it was a big one. We built the STEM Center on the middle school at Clear Creek Amana Middle School. It was built by students, and the carpentry and the construction management programs at Kirkwood, those students were the general contractors and our vocational training council members. And so they built a classroom. Clear Creek Amana loved it so much, they hired a full-time teacher. She's currently the principal down in Hills. They hired a full-time teacher, and they used that building all school year long, and they started using it. That's the finished building. And those are the students that built it. They now have a summer construction camp for the middle school students, and our members go and they speak, they supply the wood and nails and things like that for whatever projects that they're doing. They made the seats for the dugout at the baseball field at Clear Creek Amana. They've made benches for trails. They did an outdoor garden. And so the kids in the summertime are really engaged and they're very hands-on. And so those Clear Creek Amana kids, they are active. They go to Kirkwood, to the outreach center, because they are getting exposure in middle school. And so we're like, how can we get back into the Iowa City Community School District? And spoke to the powers that be and got John Reynolds from Southeast Junior High to go up to City High and start an ACE class. It's architecture, construction, and engineering. And it was going to be 1 trimester, 1 class, 1 year, see how it went. And we brought in all of our members and people from the community, and they built the new track shed at City High. The student involvement was so great. It's now a year-long program. Every single class is filled with students. And we'll get into more of that later, but it's taken off so much that the Iowa City School District has brought the Student Build House program back into the school district. And as part of, with the ACE class, like I said, we have so many partners. Hills Bank started doing a Carhartt coat ceremony. There'll be one coming up, I think it's December 16th. And so as the kids graduate from the ACE class, they get a Carhartt coat with the ACE embroidered onto it. And then our members are also mentors for students that are interested in going into trades. So like the carpentry program, the construction management programs at Kirkwood Community College. We have a student chapter, and that's a national program with the National Association of Home Builders that So the students at Kirkwood get to come and meet with our members. They get to join us at our meetings at Kirkwood, or I mean at like Kinnick Stadium. And we'll bring in coaches and athletes to speak to the students. And they get paired up with someone. So like in the top picture, she's a interior design student. And so she partnered up with Rhonda Staley. And we put them with people, and they'll do formal internships, apprenticeships, job shadows. And then they have someone to, if they have a question, that they can talk to. And they don't attend these meetings, and they're just kind of, I don't know anyone here. The student chapter, #1 in the nation, 2020. They go to the International Builder Show and they compete against other schools across the country. The 2-year program, they receive a set of plans, and then they have to do the job cost, the timeline, and do everything but build a house. And then the 4-year program, they don't receive plans, they don't receive a lot, they don't receive any information at all. The Iowa City HBA is sponsoring the 4-year program this year at the International Builder Show. And so all of these students from across the country, Urban Acres has opened up their MLS site for these students. And so they have to actually find a lot in Iowa City and then design a house and do the job cost. They need to know what the frost depth is in Iowa City and what our labor market is like and what the cost of a lumber package is. And then they'll do that presentation at the International Builder Show in Las Vegas the end of January. So if any of you are in supplies and are willing to give out a job package or a bid package for the students, let me know, because I'm getting calls from Pennsylvania and Las Vegas and all over the country. And I'm like, I don't know how much lumber is right now. You'll need to find that out on your own. I do know how much it is, but so hopeful that our students do well again. We started that program in 2018. They were Rookie of the Year in 18. 2020, they won. They were the #1. And they also won again in this 2022. So the team this year won. So back in 2018, the Student Build House program, we couldn't get it back into the Iowa City Community School District. So we wanted to just do a program of our own. And we partnered with Hillsbank and Reach for Your Potential. And Reach for Your Potential is a local nonprofit organization that provides houses for adults with disabilities. And so the homes that these students have built have been 100% ADA compliant. And then that's free labor for Reach for Your Potential. So they get a really nice house at a reduced cost. And it's a great exposure for the kids. So we built a house for Reach for Your Potential in 2018 and 2019, 2020. COVID, of course, hit and couldn't do it. But these are some of the kids on the site. Powerhouse came and interviewed the students and did videos of the house. And you can still catch that on reruns every now and then. It's just a wonderful experience. And so getting tools in the kids' hands is such an important thing to do. We started, actually Springfield, Missouri started a program called Build My Future, where students from across the state of Missouri go to Springfield and exhibitors or vendors, tradespeople supply the tools and everything that's a part of their business. And then the kids get to use power tools. They get to run the cement smoother thing. And I mean, it's really neat. And so we started one here in Iowa City in partnership with Kirkwood up in Cedar Rapids in 2019. And then of course, 2020 hit, COVID, couldn't do it in 20 or 21. We did it virtually. And so it was live again in 2022 up in Cedar Rapids. In 2023, it'll be in Iowa City, and we are opening it up to high school kids. So if any of you, you don't have to be a member of the Home Builders Association to work with the students. If you would like to come, bring the tools of your trade, work with these kids, show them what you do. So some of the things are window install, they do basic plumbing, basic electrical. We bring in the big rigs and equipments that they get to climb in and maybe get to move the bucket up and down a few times. And so this is something that we continue doing to get those, the tools in kids' hands. Impact drill races are just a huge hit. The girls will get an impact drill in the hand, and the first time they squeeze it, they're just like, wow. But then by the end of, 5 minutes later, they're going to town and they're winning. And so with Build My Future and working with students, we needed to have the facility to be able to get tools and equipment moved from point A to point B. And so we applied for a grant, and we now have a mobile construction lab. The mobile construction lab, that trailer used to be the classroom at City High. City High did not have a shop class. They had a teacher. And so they were using our construction trailer. They currently have a classroom. We're meeting there next Thursday, the Vocational Training Council is. And so we got our construction trailer back. We've outfitted it for 20 kids to be working in at any given time. And it was used last year when we couldn't do a student built house. We did a student remodel with the City High and West High, or City High and Liberty High kids, where they remodeled duplexes on the south side of Iowa City that were then sold to low-income families. And so they were able to use our tools, our equipment. Our members were the general contractors on the job. And then the house was also in Creative Homes last year. So they really enjoyed being able to do that. I think they enjoyed it. They told me they did. Our mobile construction lab, then, it's also used for the Women's Construction Confidence course that was partnered with Kirkwood. The first Women's Construction Confidence course was January of 2020, COVID hit, so it was cut short, and that was with Habitat for Humanity. And so then we brought in Kirkwood to be able to facilitate the registering of students and women so that they could do that. And then they did another series of duplexes on the south side of Iowa City. So that's really been a wonderful partnership to be able to work with them. And then as the homes are finished, the Women's Construction Confidence course is done. But the houses are still being remodeled and sold. And so it's a good experience for ladies. They've never picked up a drill or a hammer in their life, but they are able to do it. And so then it's moved on to the Women's Woodworking Confidence course. That Sandy style. If any of you got the Corridor Business Journal, you'll see that she was just named influential. What is the woman of? And so that was a wonderful class also. And she's already making plans. When she and I first talked about the Women's Construction Confidence course, she wanted the HBA to buy a house so that it could constantly be remodeled and used. And I'm like, we don't have that kind of money. Well, she's back at it again, where she's trying to figure out how she can buy a house so it's constantly being remodeled and used for these confidence courses. So if anyone wants to make a donation to buy that house, I know a few bankers that maybe will help finance it. And so then this year we did a student remodeled house with the city of Kelowna. The city of Kelowna purchased it. They hired the students. So the student built houses in the past. The students received Kirkwood Community College credit in the construction management program. And we learned that a lot of Iowa City community kids, they weren't interested in the college credit. I mean, that would have been nice, but most of them needed to work in the summertime. They needed a job to support themselves and help support their families. So we did a formal internship with the city of Kelowna. The students earned $15 an hour. They remodeled a house, and then the house is sold. It's recently been sold to a low-income family. It's right across the street from the elementary school down in Kelowna. And so they remodeled the house, totally gutted it, remodeled it, and then they also built a brand new 2-stall garage on the house. And so they got new construction as well as remodel experience. One of the boys, no interest whatsoever ever into going into construction, but he had no idea what he wanted to do, heard about it, and he's now working for the city of Kelowna, and another company in Kelowna, heating and cooling company, is hiring him full time. So, and he's going to go to Kirkwood to get his heating and cooling. And so plans are already being made for the 2023 student built house. The city of Kelowna enjoyed it so much. They have purchased a lot with 2 houses on it, and they're going to build a duplex on it. And so it'll be a low income housing option in the city of Kelowna. And the students, we have a meeting with the teacher Friday, tomorrow, and so we'll be getting all of our plans set up for 2023, the student build house. And the student build house program is coming back to the Iowa City Community School District. So the plans are for the 23-24 school year for the students to build a house. It's on the north side is where the current plans are being drawn up for. It's been a challenge. It's a historic preservation district. And so there are a lot of rules and regulations that you have to follow for that. Because there is government funding involved, it does have to be a completely zero entry. Thank you. It has to be a zero entry home. And because of the lot and because of the historic preservation, it's proving to be difficult. So if anyone has any architectural or knows any architects that have experience with historic preservation and zero entry, please let me know, because we are also trying to make it LEED certified. And so our current architect she's wonderful with the LEED certification, but that zero entry in the historic preservation is proving to be a challenge. But we are very excited that it's going to be back in the school district next year. And that'll be John Reynolds will be the teacher over it. And then it will be West High, City High, and Liberty High. So Liberty and City have had our ACE program. And now West High is also going to have it. So I've tried to be fast. I can talk about workforce development for hours because we are just very busy. We do offer scholarship programs for students, high school kids that are interested in going into the trades. That'll open up in January. So you can go to our website and find that application if you have any students that are interested in going to 2-year, 4-year programs, whatever it is. And then we'll also have our women's Amy Pretorius Women's Endowed Scholarship. And that'll be for women 17 to 70 if they're interested in going into or exploring a career in the trades that say they just want to try that carpentry class or the women's confidence class, but they just don't have that $300 or whatever the price is. We'll be having funds to be able to support them. Any questions? There's a lot of them. I know that there really are. They're not all on our website. You can follow our social media pages. You can follow, so Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you can follow through the years all of the programs that we've had going on, as well as what will be going forward. And then you can go to, on our website, the resources, our monthly newsletter has updates about them. Otherwise, if you're interested, you can just call me. I'm an office of one, so I'm not always there. Sometimes I'm out and about, but I will return your call. Yeah. So she's wondering what our success rate is. So the high school kids that go through the program and then going into the trades. So Durant, the teacher in Durant, he's absolutely been fabulous. And he's given me a list of every single student that has gone through the student build house programs, the summer programs. So he's the lead teacher on it and can tell me exactly what they're doing right now. A lot of them have gone into the armed forces. They've gone into military career, but they are architects, engineers. I mean, it's a high percentage of those students that are going into the skilled trade. I just can't give you the exact number. How many could we hire locally? I can tell you the state of Iowa, and I could probably find the site that could give us local. I do know that we have 380 members, and every single one of them would probably hire 5 experienced employees today. A lot of them, though, are hiring those boys and girls, though, to just start by picking up nails and then doing basic learning how to read a tape measure. They don't know how to read a tape measure. They've never used a hammer before, but they're interested. And so that's why it's so important to get like that Build My Future out there where they can just pick up a tool and is this something that I want to do? So where Hoover was and the playground is now, tennis court. So 2 years ago, they built a new cafeteria and the old cafeteria is now the eighth classroom. And there was also talk about, culinary arts program since it's the old kitchen. I don't know if the culinary arts has come though, but I do know that that's where the eighth classroom is, so it's pretty high. Oh. So yes, so our builders, as they retire, not all of them, but some of them are very active they're doing the construction labs at Kirkwood now. So they're semi-retired, but they're also then doing the construction lab, or they're being the general contractors. So the student remodel down in Kelowna this summer, the student built house programs for Reach for Your Potential. Those are our builder members that are older, starting to semi-retire. They're the ones that are working with the kids. You can't, I mean, everyone thought that computers was going to be the way of the future, and it is, but you can outsource work on your computer. Someone can just, they can log into your computer from India and work on it. But you can't have someone log into your house and fix the P-trap in your toilet. I always get a giggle out of the kids when you say, who knows what a P-trap is? And they, it does want to do that, but. So that is something that is on our Vocational Training Council agenda and has been for quite some time. It's that English as a second language teacher where we're struggling. So, and like when we go to Tate, we've been to Tate, we've met with the guidance counselor there. I'm an old white lady, everybody else is old white men, and white people are the minority at Tate. And so we need to find people that can speak the language that the kids and also the adults that are needing to learn these things or wanting to learn these things. So that English as a second language is we're struggling with that. Excellent. Perfect. So that is another thing. I mean, if you know someone that has skills and can speak, we have, because there's a big French speaking population and of course Hispanic, but the people that are the teachers that are leading these classes, they don't speak that language. When we do CPR classes, we have someone from Cedar Rapids that comes down and she can do this, the CPR in Spanish for our members so that they get that experience, but she can't frame a house. And so, yeah, that's where we're struggling with that. We're definitely looking into it though. Thank you. Brian.
Thank you, Karyl. That was excellent. Lots of good questions. And it takes a track coach to geek out about this, but that shed at City High, discus storage, you got shot put storage, it is magnificent. And I've taken pictures in there actually to replicate that at Regina. We were going to sing Jingle Bells earlier, as you all saw up on the screen. And thank you, Karyl. You left us just enough time to get the mandolin wielding Devin back up here for a quick round of Jingle Bells. And Usha. Oh, I didn't know we were going to be joined by Usha. Somebody that can carry it.
Anybody else who wants to sing with me, please come up. Yep. Jingle bells, jingle bells jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. For the fields we go, laughing all the way. Big spirits bright, what fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Beautifully done, everybody. That was beautiful. I'm glad we made time for that. Karyl, thank you very much for your time today. On behalf of your talk with us, we will be donating $10 to the Polio Plus campaign, which will turn into 70 vaccinations for hopefully bringing an end to that horrible disease here one of these days soon. And with that, we still got a little bit of time, but we're going to end a little bit early. We will conclude as Caleb searches frantically for that four-way test slide with the four-way test. Please stand. Of the things we think, say, and do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendship? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Go out and do well.